welcome to World of Theftcraft.
World of Theftcraft.
With me, your delightful host, Dr. Dungeon. Of course, the ever unimpressive... What? No, the ever wonderful and delightful Miss Majeeks.
Hey guys.
How you doing, Miss Majeeks? How's life treating ya?
Doing good.
Good to hear, good to hear.
We popped over to World of Warcraft.
Yes, playing some Worlds of the Warcrafts. And, let me take her... I think there's something wrong with the camera here. I'm going to adjust it.
Sounds good.
Hey,
Everyone has to deal with the earthquake.
Yeah,
Earthquake,
everyone's
y'all.
going for a ride. Okay. Whatever. Nobody cares that much.
Better?
Almost. Bit of an angle there. Bit of an angle there. Probably should have done this before we went live, but whatever.
It's all good, guys.
Yeah.
It's all
You
good.
go to the Bay, you say he's the bomb, you say make it pay. California.
What?
What? Alright, but we're getting word that you have to lose the hat.
Really?
Yes, you have to lose the hat. Trust me. There you go. Much better. Much better. She's like, I feel naked now.
I feel like I don't have hat hair. I have hat hair now.
Wait, you could try the tiny little hat, because you haven't worn that one in a while.
Sounds good.
Out with it. Or the shithead hat. What should you prefer, the tiny little hat?
Tiny little hat.
Bunny ears. You haven't worn the bunny ears in forever. Congratulations. Enjoy the bunny ears.
Okay, we're getting bunny ears apparently.
Yes. Bunny ears just do it for the guys on the World of Warcraft.
Obviously.
Congratulations. Alright.
Where are you? Where are you? There you are.
Give me a small shipment of bullions.
So guys, currently I am in the new Shadowlands stuff. Specifically, I'm in Maldraxxus with this character. When the show first came out, we ran through the beginning stuff. I haven't really done much with this character beyond what we've been on the actual stream. So this character is just in Maldraxxus, like just got into it. In the quest line, I have not done the extra quests. I've just been doing the specific quest line. So I still have more quests in Bastion I need to do, but yeah.
But there is, unseen by most, a Miss Magic who is just as real, but not as brightly lit.
What?
Okay, shipping is genuine. Never mind. I have to murder a bunch of. As you can see, this is very much Grand Theft, War Theft Auto, I guess.
Lots of screams of pain and everything from both sides. So currently, Maldraxxus is in a state of civil war.
Okay. Well, have you been playing? Oh, that dude just lit on fire. That worked out.
Have I been playing what?
Have you been playing it on your own time, like your free time?
Not this one.
Really?
This character I have not.
That's
This,
surprising.
this is normally the character I play with, but I've been wanting to kind of let it grow a little bit by itself on the actual stream.
Okay.
However, also I've been tired.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So,
Well, this is the end of our week, so that's something at least.
who knows, I'll go home and just continue playing World of
Yeah,
Warcraft.
that's usually what happens with gamers. Feel like we play, like, I think I'm gonna go home, or I'm gonna give it up, and like, nah, there's still some daylight out there somewhere.
In some area of the world, there is still
Well,
daylight.
It's true for us because we show up at 4 o'clock in the morning for us, and then we go outside and it's all bright out. It's literally
I know,
noon, so we
every
show up
bloody
in
time.
darkness. We're like, poof, sunlight everywhere. It is an experience. What I should probably do is go ahead and kill the music on my end because it's be focusing on stuff on yours.
Sounds good.
Suspect.
I think it would be.
Again?
I said sounds good. I think it would be really fun if you played
If I played what?
World of Warcraft.
I'm terrible at that game.
So I'm terrible at Grand Theft Auto.
I know. But you know, I can't hit people with vans and well, I mean, I can light people on fire, which is kind of cool. But I mean, like, is there widespread cocaine distribution networks?
In World of Warcraft?
World of Warcraft?
No, I'm
'Cause I mean,
afraid.
if there was, you know, I might be there. That might be like, you know, if I could play like I'm a corrupt people and I'm gonna do evils. I'd be like, oh,
No, you're the hero with the parentheses because you do kill a shit ton of people.
Yes, yeah. I don't know so much about hero with World of Warcraft. A pretty loose definition of hero in World of Warcraft.
Hence the
Tell the Baron to scrounge up some
Yeah.
ammo if he wants his bone guard.
Is there anybody even in the zone?
is who?
Let's just check to see if there's anybody even in the zone with me. Apparently there is. It's one of those relaxed zones where like we're finally free of the bad guys.
Nice, very nice. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Does
Makes
have
it a bit more fun for you.
Yeah. I might go and gank like one dude. I don't know.
Alright, now I need to go talk to the other dudes. But yeah, you're not exactly heroes in World of Warcraft. You're renowned
Yeah.
as heroes,
Yeah.
but
That's all a lie.
you really do some interesting things.
Yeah, they're very much not heroic.
There are times where you do quests that are morally suspect, to say the least.
To put it mildly.
Purging of Dalaran.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
So salty about that.
And she will be forever.
Yep.
She will be forever.
Purging of like, there's times where I'll be playing and I'm like, I almost feel like I don't want to do this part of this quest.
Mm-hmm.
That's happened to me and I'm like, I don't like this.
Just makes things a little less unfun or something along those lines.
Makes it more real.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm like, I don't want to kill these people.
Now, is that entirely 100%? Well, then why do you do it? Is it an optional quest?
No.
You have to do that quest.
Well, I mean, if you want to continue the quest line.
Wait. What's the quest line?
Well, specifically, I'm talking about the Jaina. The specific instance I'm thinking about that is the purging of Dalaran.
Mm-hmm.
And the killing you have to do in it.
And you have to kill a bunch of innocent people.
Pretty much, yes.
Not pretty much. You have to kill a bunch of innocent people.
Yes.
All right. Now, examining that for what it is, how can you look at that and think, I'm the good guy?
I know, that's why I said I'm not the good guy.
What?
That's why I said I'm not the good guy.
Yeah, because it's to my knowledge, every single quest in that game is voluntary.
Theoretically, yeah.
Yeah, you're not actually compelled to do. You're not compelled to do any quest in that game.
You could just wander around and...
Yeah, and just slay monsters or do whatever. You can do stuff that you knew was in fact good guy stuff to do. But in fact, you personally elected to have your character go and do some legit evil shit. You're the bad guy.
So would it be interesting to try to level up a character without ever doing any quests?
Yeah, well, not necessarily no quests, but doing quests that you knew were good. Like, for example, if you deliver love letters and stuff, it's hard to call you evil. But if you, like, say, I don't know, purge a village, then yes, you're probably the bad guy. So it would be interesting to have a character that legit didn't commit evil acts in the game.
Do you want to try that?
No, I do not want to try that because that sounds like a huge pain in the ass.
No, do you want me to try that?
You could simply do that. It would be, however, extraordinarily difficult because the game is set up to be morally, I don't want to say it's morally ambiguous, but is ethically expeditious. As in, they don't really. I mean, look at it this way.
Your character's just the puppet that goes and does the stuff.
I mean, you don't do anything. Your character does what is told. They have no autonomy outside of your autonomy is binary, and as much as I'll either get to the quest or I won't. And if they make the rewards good enough, then your character is more than willing, almost always, because you are almost always more than comfortable with. I don't know, tossing your morals out the windows. Look at it this way. Imagine one of your characters could legit wield Frostmourne. Like this. I mean, I think they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, their characters can actually, like, win and get Frostmourne. What happens when they win and get Frostmourne?
They'd be corrupted.
Okay. Well, I mean, can players do that?
No, because Frostmourne gets destroyed.
Okay. Well, imagine you had literally the power of Frostmourne
From Khan.
that,
Even here, I protect the weak. Primus left the stone as a challenge.
excuse me, that allowed you to, in the game, whenever you logged in, you would take control of the Scourge. And they would do your bidding, and you could go wherever and do whatever, and you would be legit the Lord of the Scourge in that game. Whenever the what am I talking about? Whenever you logged in the game, so they would never attack you. They would bend to your will. You could send them after people in a PvP match, etc., etc., etc. You get the point.
Yeah.
Right? Your ass would do that in a heartbeat. You would 100% take control of the Scourge, and you would use them eventually to do nefarious things. Whether it's, like, you would not just take them out of the game. You would not have them bend you good works, because they don't do good works. They just kill people and eat them.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you do with them, with that kind of power.
I'm actually really curious to see how long it would take.
It wouldn't take long at all.
No, I mean to level up a character without doing any quests that they find morally wrong.
Yeah, that is a good question. I don't know. But it would be one of those things where you would have to plan ahead, and you would only be able to plan ahead if you knew what... See, that's the thing. It would require a kind of foresight that your character could not have. Your character doesn't know the future. You do. But your character would have to be like, oh, so this is what's going to happen. Now, one thing you could do, like, let's say when you go up to the Darnassus quest line, you could be like, no, I'm going to reject this quest. I'm going to stop doing these quests. You could conceivably do that. Like, I know this is going to turn sour.
Always ready
I'm
for
going to turn to the bad guy if I do this. Or she's like, you now must kill or purge these people. And you're like, yeah, sorry, bitch, it ain't gonna happen.
How long has it been hidden
I'm
in
not
that
going to do
stone?
that for you. And so you just... Do you have the option to voluntarily fail a quest in this game? In World of Warcraft?
There was once the Primus of the
There's
place.
some quests that if they're timed, they automatically fail. You can abandon a quest, though.
Okay, yeah, well, that's what you'd have to do. You'd be like, I'm going to abandon this quest. Because to do otherwise is to literally murder a village and everyone in it. It's like, that's not the world I want to live in, where I'm that person. Now, what's really interesting is that, have you ever heard of anyone abandoning that quest? Because that would be worth an achievement. Because
No.
you'd only, like, say you only had the one chance to do it, and you could either A, choose to do it, or B, choose to abandon it. But see, am I correct in assuming that the plot line of the game depends on you doing that quest?
Which one?
The one where you murder all the innocent human beings?
Are you talking about the purging of Dalaran?
Yeah. Like, is the plot line of the game dependent on it happening?
If you want to do all of the plot lines, yes, but you can continue forward in the game without doing it.
Okay, so they actually left a little out there for you. You're like, so is it more of a side quest then?
Kind of. It's if you want to do... Okay, so it's in the Pandaria stuff, and this is telling you what's happening in the long campaign of everything. And if you want to continue and do all of that area, you have to do that quest.
All right.
But you can go on to the next expansion without doing that quest.
Okay.
Because you only have to be a certain level to go on to the next expansion.
See, for me, it feels, I don't want to say it feels like a cheat, but it feels intentionally malicious on the part of the devs to not give you an out for that.
I think that's something that I think would be really cool if they started doing more of, where you have a different quest line, whether or not there's a couple pivotal moments that you can choose one or the other.
Yeah.
I know they vaguely did something like that with the Horde questline in Battle for Azeroth, with allowing you to either go with the Rebellion or stick with Sylvanas.
Yeah, you should be looking at the camera, not me.
Either go with the Rebellion or stick with Sylvanas. But I don't know if that changed much about how the game was actually played.
My guess is it didn't, and here's the thing, it doesn't necessarily have to. It really doesn't have to, but it would be good for a character to say, no, that's some evil stuff, and I don't want to go along with that. But, and see, this is one of the reasons why World of Warcraft doesn't really appeal to me. Because I want a game where I can be like, you know what? That's some bullshit. I'm not going to do it. I don't care if it makes the game 10, 20 times harder. And I've been in situations like that, where it's like, you know what? This character would never... There are games that I have refused to finish. This is not even a joke, where I have refused to finish because I don't believe the character would take that path, and that was the only path available. So I'm like, alright, that is the end of this character's story. Now, a lot of people like that's kind of foolish, and I understand why they would feel that was kind of foolish, but to me, the game, and the games I like to play, are the stories of the characters. And if the story continues in a way that I, as in essence, a co-author of that story, because I'm the one, whereas the game developers obviously have created what choices I have available, I am the one making those choices. At the end of the day, it is me making those choices for the benefit or the detriment of that character. And if I don't feel that character is served in any respect by those choices, then I don't make those choices. Like, my Grand Theft Auto character is legit a psychopath. She is a psychopath. She is a crazy person who does crazy shit, and that's why she makes the choices she does. It's why she acts the way she does. And even Grand Theft Auto has next to no actual plot line or story. There's nothing like that. The character itself is completely and totally 100% amoral. Always amoral. Now, me, the player, I can be like, you know, if you're not having fun, I don't want to do this. But the character, and I do that sort of thing in chat. Be like, I'll just move on. But the character itself would never do that. But there's a line that you have to draw when you're playing with other human beings where you don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Because the story of the character means less than not being an asshole to human beings. Regardless, that's what I'm talking about. Warcraft does not do that. Remember how I told you I was thrilled with my warlock being able to capture people's souls and consume them as a, I mean, to me, that's a lot of fun. That was probably one of the funnest things about that game, was being able to do that very thing. In fact, you can almost track my interest in that game pretty much aligning to my ability to do stuff like that. I guess that is probably one of the big reasons why the Warlock itself appeals to me. Also the Paladins, because they are characters that are literally drenched with opportunities to roleplay in that regard.
Yeah.
Whereas something like a warrior,
They just fight stuff.
Yeah, kind of. You fight stuff. There's a little bit there, but not really. I mean, like, there's the quasi-barbarian aspect you might go with. And that's actually one of the very, very few times I was interested in modding World of Warcraft, like legit modding World of Warcraft. Because I wanted to be able to play a character that was effectively a barbarian, the war barbarian style clothing, that still appeared to me. Now, we have, like, transmogrify and stuff like that now. But back then when I was playing, we really didn't.
Yeah.
So it's like I had to play whatever it is they gave me. It's like, this pisses me off. I want to play a barbarian. I play a rage-filled barbarian who's rage-filled shit. And I just really couldn't do that at the time.
So
Yes.
one thing with this character is, so she's a rogue.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see her doing a lot more of the stuff. Like, I actually love playing on this character purely because I can see her doing all these quests.
Mm-hmm.
Well, most of the quests, because she's been given her orders from Matthias Shaw or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I thought this is the character I'll do those quests on.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose that's a little bit of it, but not as much.
That works. If you're like, I'm a member of a guild, I'm an amoral operative of a guild that does what has to get done, cool. That is a wonderful plot point. That is an excellent way to work that story. It's one of those ways, I mean, some people be like, well, that's a cheap out. And you know what? Yeah, I don't think so. And I don't think so because, like, you know, at the end of the day, you get to play the game you want to play, and you have a backstory for the character that can inform the decisions you make. If it's like you're saying, it's like, you know, she is effectively an amoral or a largely amoral operative who does what she's told to do because she thinks that her guild knows best, or serving the guild is the right thing to do, or who the hell knows what.
She takes her orders straight from the king.
Mm-hmm. She takes her orders from the king, and that is who she is loyal to above all else. She is in that respect lawful neutral. Well, you know what? It makes perfect sense to me, and it works as a storyline. It is a backstory that functions.
Okay, because that's one of the things with this character why I've liked her so much is I've played some of these quests and I'm like, this is something I can feel a rogue doing. Like I'm running, like everyone gets the same quest, but some of these quests are like sneak in and do this. I'm like, a paladin wouldn't do that. That's not a paladin's job.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I don't know. If it ever seems like I seem to be kind of biased against that game, that's why I'm biased against
That's
that
okay.
game.
That makes perfect sense. You have your reasons. That's not really bias. That's having a reason not to like it.
So either way.
Like I said, with this character, I've actually been tempted to actually take the option to change her to like being blinded. Because I've really liked that thought, like having this like rogue that's really powerful and everything and does her job and everything, but also being blind and hiding it behind her specific outfit.
So like she's Daredevil?
Sure. Yeah, she's Daredevil.
Yeah.
Keep those things off me, well. Are you ready to start or not?
What is the appeal of Daredevil for you?
I love how much actual realism it has in it for a superhero movie.
Oh, you mean the TV show?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I mean like for a superhero, for something that's a superhero thing, there's a lot of realism and pain in it.
Okay.
It's a show that actually has a lot of
You like to see your superheroes suffer, is what you're saying?
No, I like to see it realistic. There's causes and reasons behind everything happening.
Okay.
The villains felt less fake.
So why does that matter to you?
Because it feels like a better story. And it feels like a better story because I can see that as I can see why this person's doing what they're doing. I can see their line of thought.
Okay.
Even if I don't like it, even if I don't agree with it, it makes the character more realistic, which makes me more invested in the story. Because they remind me of an actual person.
Why is it you have refused to actually watch a lot of the stuff that I've recommended to you?
I haven't really refused to, I just haven't done it. It's not that I've decided, no, I don't want to. It's I just don't think to do it. Make sense?
No, it does not. It does not make sense at all. In any way, shape, or form, that does not make sense.
Can you give me a list?
I did give you a list, and you have not...
No, you haven't given me like a written down list of all of them.
No, because you wrote them down, remember?
No, I wrote down like 2 of them.
Well, you can always just go back and watch the former stream. Well, did you watch either of those 2? I suggest you watch Labyrinth, like, shit, a month and a half ago. Still haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Alright, so, and then I was like, you know what, you should watch Legend. And you haven't watched that either.
Okay.
So why would I continue recommending you watch things that I know you're not going to watch?
It's just that
Does that mean I know you have a lot of free time? You can't even lie to me and tell me you don't got a lot of free time. I know you have a lot of free time. And
yeah.
You could be like, yeah, I'm going to spend 3 hours on trampoline. Their ass has free time to spare.
No, that's something I need to do, okay? For my sanity.
Your sanity depends on trampoline jumping?
Yep.
In the cold?
Yep.
Wait, so you jump on a trampoline in the winter?
I shovel it off. I have a little shovel. I shovel the trampoline off.
When I tell you guys that Miss Magic's a little wonky, y'all, I ain't fucking around. I just want you to know that. Just I want you to be familiar with what I'm trying to say here.
Anyways, with this character, I've made sure her outfit tends to be a bit more sleek because I don't know. She seems I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. We've gone full on into crazy town at this point. I feel like in order to maintain sanity, I have to bounce on a trampoline. Now, I can guarantee you, one of the 5 people watching, whoever they may be, would be thrilled with like videos of you bouncing on a trampoline. For me, I'd just be like, this is a symptom of mental illness. So I don't know, but if it floats your boat, it floats your boat.
I don't sleep as well if I don't jump before.
Really? You don't sleep as well? Apparently you sleep terribly anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah? What I think is making it so you don't sleep as well is the fact that you haven't seen the movies that I've recommended you see. That's what I think, personally.
Alright.
What are we all writing?
Labyrinth.
Yep, Labyrinth. Legend.
Okay.
And Adventures of Baron von Munchausen. And it's spelled like Munchausen.
Of
Munchausen.
Baron. What?
Von. You're gonna spell Munchausen, A-U-S-E-N, I believe. I saw the movie when I was like 6 years old. Oh no, I was a little bit older than that. But yeah, the movie came out a long ass time ago.
Okay.
So
I
let's
wrote
start
those
with
down.
those three and see if you can manage them. And tell me what you think.
Okay.
Because that'll give us a lot more to talk about if we don't have these vast gulfs of me telling you, God, I wish you knew what the hell I was talking about. They're like, we need to have discussion. I'm like, I would love to have discussion, but you're culturally illiterate. So it's difficult to have discussion with somebody who's culturally illiterate. Would you describe yourself as culturally illiterate, Miss Magic?
No.
I would. Ugh. Let's see.
Okay.
Person whose names I have difficulty pronouncing, thanks for following me 18 minutes ago. I do appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Is the stream buffering for anyone else or just me?
Safe journey.
Apparently they're having a lot of trouble with our stream. And I don't know why. That might be why we have such terrible viewership today.
Because our stream's having problems?
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Okay. Then I'll tell you guys more about the random things that I apparently didn't think about the fact I do on this character to give her a little bit of connection to me, but I apparently do, thinking about it. Because, with this character, if I have the option to steal from everyone, I will. Like, even though it gives me a tiny amount of money, there's this satisfaction with having my rogue run around to kill the one person she needs to kill and steal from everyone else in the vicinity. Because in my mind, it's hilarious to think about them all finding this one dude dead and then also realizing that they lost all of their money at the same time. Like, that's one thing that I will consistently do with this character.
I take it Airmere had much to say. Every defeat is a lesson. In the name of the comet, Margrave Crexus awaits us.
So yeah, this is a character that I suppose I do more things with than I thought.
Every soul. First, you bring Primus embodied the 5 traits of the ideal Maldraxxi soldier. The
Oh, it seems better, healing?
to rise
Thank you for letting us know. Sorry we didn't notice it right away.
the might to crush them. The insight to discern their plans and the guile to outwit them. The relentless.
Because with my character, having her be completely quiet as well, because it also explains why my character never really talks or anything. She just kind of sits there like, yeah, you do that, sir. So I suppose that's something interesting
Begin your report.
that I've never noticed before, that I do.
Runes upon the blade. The same runes. Virus, Draka. Bring the mortal to the seat of the Primus. Let us see what unfolds.
I will scout ahead. Do not tarry, soldier.
For the honor of the Blade Sword.
Healing says it's much better at this moment.
Okay.
Seat of the
Seems to be
Primus
better at
has
this
been
moment.
locked shut since he went missing. Many have tried to open it.
So, continuing on the line of talking about my character and the little things about her that I've always thought about, but never really realized I was emulating in the actual game.
That his onslaught will be
Like I said, the stealing thing. Because there's
long before the other
okay. One of what's really cool about they did some kind of interesting stuff with the rogues in Draenor and Legion, where they let it be that you stole very specific things that you couldn't sell to anyone else, but you had a flute that summoned a broker to you, and
Okay.
then you could fence your goods.
All right.
And I thought that was very interesting. And little things like that I've liked. I loved the specific quest lines for the different classes that they did in Legion class stuff, because it let you have a bit more of a connection to your class specifically. like my rogue had to sneak through Stormwind without anyone noticing, so that she could solve this problem that was happening to Matthias Shaw, leader of the SI7, that nobody knew was happening.
Only the strong.
So, yeah, little things like that, I suppose, I really liked.
Now I'm very, very concerned.
About the show stream?
Yeah. The fact that we've been having tremendous amounts of problem and everybody's been ducking out, and I think that's
Crexus was
why.
right. We hold the key to the seat of the Primus.
Because you gotta admit, today's numbers have been pretty
It will do us no
tragic.
good if our
Yeah.
house falls in battle first.
Huh.
We must not lose focus on the war.
For the honor of the Blade Sworn.
Report to the spearhead recruit. We have a battle to win.
Even here, I protect the weak. Blood and thunder.
After I finish this mission, how about, let me check the numbers here in a second.
Every Viraz is brash, but he's right. We need reinforcements.
But yeah, I've been really liking the little personalization to it. But I'm also really curious to see if I could make like a priest that runs around and never actually like fights.
Uh-huh.
Well, she does some fighting, but mostly against creatures or specific people that are attacking.
You have Baldur's Gate 3, right?
Yeah, I do.
Huh.
It's on this computer.
Yeah. How about, you got Steam over there too, right?
Yeah.
Make sure it's updated properly.
Think that might be causing a problem?
No, I don't know if that's what's causing problems. I think I want to play it once. Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna check the numbers.
It looks good. Steam looks good.
No, as in have it update if it needs to update for the Baldur's Gate 3s.
Oh, Baldur's Gate 3. Library. Update queued. Update.
Yeah, activate the update.
Yep, there we go. But so yeah, I explained this character as a completely loyal to the Alliance and their orders.
Mm-hmm.
To the point that she's willing to do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I've seen her. Like, kind of, for the greater good, I will do what it takes to protect the world, but specifically the Alliance.
Mm-hmm. I kind of got that from like the third or fourth time.
Yeah, thanks.
Hold on 1 second.
Sorry.
No problem.
Push forward! Break their line with a frontal assault! Out with it!
But, sir, that will result in a massive number of casualties.
Back to your post!
Stand
Such
strong.
is the price of
We
victory!
follow the will of the Primus.
Mimics! Wreak havoc on those cowards!
We'll blast them to pieces.
need something? I've got glory to earn.
It's not ready. I don't have a target. I can't attack that target. So do you know what's going on with it?
I have some ideas. Hold on.
Okay.
For eternal glory.
Too far away. So currently, guys, I am in Maldraxxus. Like I said, it looks like I just got past the Primus seat. Primus was the original person in charge of all of Maldraxxus, but he has vanished. So Maldraxxus is falling into absolute chaos.
What is Beldraxxus?
Maldraxxus is the afterlife for those who fight. So
Gotcha.
warriors, people that fight a lot.
Okay. So it's like Acheron? Yeah, it's like Acheron. Alright, makes sense.
There's supposed to be 5 houses, each of them embodying a certain ideal of the Primus.
In ethos?
What?
In ethos?
Yes.
Alright, well again, what are they?
Shoot, give me a second. Someone runs out. The ambition to rise above one's foes, insight, relentless pursuit of victory, stuff like that. Well, but 2 of the houses have now fallen
Okay.
because to the other houses because it's all gone to chaos, and
Yeah.
with everything that's happening in the Maw, some of the houses are aligning themselves with the Maw.
Okay.
The house I'm fighting with is the house of Chosen.
Alright.
The House of the Chosen, who are one of the only ones left that's fighting against the others. Because so there's 2 houses that went rogue,
Yeah.
and they've defeated 2 of the other houses. The House of the Chosen is the last one that's not rogue or dead, destroyed. Draka, who is Thrall's mother, it was originally a member of the House of the Eyes, but it was one of the ones destroyed. And she has moved to the House of the Chosen, because that was one of her last things she did before her house was destroyed, was to get them a message or whatever, and then she was forced to end up being, well, her entire house was destroyed, so she moved to the other one
Okay.
to fight alongside them, because they were allies of her house. So now the mortals show up in the afterlife, and things are getting a little bit weirder,
Alright.
as you can imagine from a living person being in the underworld.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's a whole thing, guys.
Would it be
report?
So currently there's this huge battle. It's not working out well for the House of the Chosen. But I'm on their side now, so obviously it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
This one should pack a punch. We have incoming.
It's too far away.
The charge is set. Get back.
And we're currently working on blowing up parts of the battlefield.
I need a target.
So yeah, and then I'm not sure what's going on in the other areas yet, since I haven't gone through all of Maldraxxus. Because you have to go through, you can't just move around to the different ones at this point. There's the other quests later on that you can move around through, but overall we're mostly just doing the specific quest line. At least that's what I'm doing right now.
Time for some mayhem. We'll blast and cover me. Clock's ticking. We've taken the ridge. Meet me on the field below.
So from what I'm understanding right now, Bastion is the afterlife for the righteous, those who did lots of
The good guys?
the good guys, so to speak, like the superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Maldraxxus is the home for the warriors. So a lot of orcs come here. The
My blades are at your
Ardenweld is the home for what?
Look at me.
What's up?
Yeah. I'm just trying to. There's something going on the camera, but I'll figure it out.
Point me at my foe. The battlefield awaits.
But yeah, I love rogues.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
So I think if I were to try doing that thing where she doesn't really actually fight except for maybe doing raids and everything only as a healer,
something to report.
only ever doing that kind of stuff as a healer would be an interesting way to level them up as well.
Show no weakness. Offer no mercy. We strike when you sound the horn. For the chosen.
For the Chosen.
Yep.
Is that what they're called now? The Chosen?
Yeah, it's the House of the Chosen.
Prepare yourself.
So what do you think of the Shadowlands so far?
I have no thoughts on it whatsoever. It's except say, neat.
Nothing? We've talked about it a decent amount.
Well, we have talked about a decent amount, but it's not really my kind of thing.
Sure.
You know?